An 11th one rises up. This is the 11th sign as well. The book of Revelation is connected to the book of Daniel. It foretells the rise of a one-world state, a one-world government linked to the Roman Empire. A resurrected Roman state in some way. The Roman Empire embraced the Mediterranean and Western Europe. Western Europe has the greatest claim on this of being the heir to the Roman Empire in every way, language, everything. So it's interesting that Europe has begun coming together to form a supranational entity beyond nations, transcending nations. It's saying it's a model for nations to come together and give their sovereignty to an overruling government. It is called the European Union. Do you know when it was born? 1948, the very same year Israel was born. When did it become the common market? Through the treaty called the Treaty of Rome. As Europe has integrated, it's become increasingly anti-Christian, anti-God. Again, think of what you just saw in Paris. Seeking to force all its members to go against the ways of God. Is it the beginning of a one-world state led by a one-world resurrected Rome? We shall see. The kings of the East. It says that the sixth angel had the trumpet, released the four angels who are bound at the river Euphrates. And the four angels have been kept ready for the hour and the month and the year were released to kill a third of mankind. The number of the troops was twice 10,000 times 10,000. I heard their number. That matches up with the drying up of the Euphrates for the kings of the East. And here it gives the number. It comes out to 200 million people. Again, the entire world was not that. Well, it just so happens now there has never been a power that could boast an army of 200 million people until now. Happens to be one power that boasts of being able to raise an army of exactly that 200 million people, happens to be in the East. It is a dangerous nation, a rising nation with aspirations of global dominion that may want to start a war with America. Its name is, of course, China. The magic arts. Revelation 18:23 says of the fall of Babylon, by your magic spell all the nations were led astray. Revelation 9:20 says they didn't stop worshiping demons, nor did they repent of their murders, their magic arts. They didn't stop worshiping demons and didn't repent of their magic arts. Revelation is saying that in that day there will be people worshiping demons. What is that? Paganism. Will they know they're worshiping demons? Maybe not, but they will be doing it. We will witness not only the turning away of Christianity, from Christianity, but a turning to paganism and demonic. That's what you cannot turn away without turning to something. There's no neutrality. And that's exactly what we are witnessing, a turn to a pagan morality, pagan worldview, pagan practices, and worshiping without even knowing it. What the Hebrew calls the shedim, what the Greek calls the daimonia, the gods or the demons. The practice of magic arts, what's that? The occult. It's no accident that we are witnessing a massive revival of the occult and paganism. When people fall away from God, they seek other spiritualities to fill the void. If it's not of light, it's of darkness. And what they've seen about the newest generation is that they're rejecting organized religion, but they want spirituality. But that can be dangerous. In America now, there are more witches than there are Presbyterians. The word used for magic arts also means sorcery and witchcraft. You can add in New Age spirituality, Eastern paganism, which overlap with witchcraft, paganism altogether. A culture that glorifies Harry Potter is the hero of so many children, and witches and witchcraft, a generation raised on it, nurtured on it. And the actual word here for sorcery or magic arts is pharmakeia, from which we get pharmacy as in drugs. We also have a generation that is addicted. We have more people addicted now in America, on medication addicted. The picture of Revelation is one of increasing demonic activity. Again, see what you saw on television a week ago. The spirits that come out of the dragon's mouth. So we'd expect to see desecration, abominations, irrationality, the war on God and his people. And we're seeing it. It's not natural what you saw. It is desecration. That's demonic. Shadows of the beast. Another sign in the 20th century, we've had more overt shadows of the beast. In other words, evil men ruling over totalitarian states as the Antichrist will, as in Hitler and the Nazis, Stalin and the Soviet Union, Mao and Communist China, most of whom hated Israel or the Jewish people, most of whom hated Christians and persecuted them, and most of whom had the blood of millions on their hands. It tells you you're near. The sign of the harlot. Revelation 17. Then he carried me away in the spirit. In the wilderness I saw a woman sitting on a scarlet beast who was filled with blasphemous names, having 7 heads and 10 horns. And the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet and adorned with gold and precious stones and pearls, having in her hand a golden cup, full of abomination and the filth of her sexual immorality. On her forehead was a name written, Mystery, Babylon the Great, mother of prostitutes and of the abominations of the earth, mother of harlots. Now this has many overtones and undertones, and as the word harlot does. But the very fact that the image chosen to represent end-time culture is described as a prostitute, speaking of sexual immorality. So it says she's filled with sexual immorality. In Revelation 9:20, it says they didn't stop worshiping demons, and they didn't repent of their murders, their magic arts, and their sexual immorality. In other words, according to Revelation, the last days will be characterized by sexual immorality. I know you can never imagine that happening to your culture. The breaking of boundaries, the breaking of the bonds of marriage is what it means. After that, the breaking of the bonds of gender itself. Notice the link between here, sexual immorality, spiritual adultery, and the occult is all together. It's all together. And again, think of what you just saw. Are we living in an age of sexual immorality? If you don't know the answer to that, you have not been on earth. Just turn on the television set, children's programming, drag queen shows, by the way, on which on the drag